Okay, this is my first draft of response to pyrrho, and the question was basically, how do you what how do you ensure you're remaining skeptical and follow some philosophies such as wonderism? And what are the error bars of wonderism, and how do you justify sharing an apple? And anyway, yeah, okay, so here I am. I'm just going to talk. Want to break the ice. Okay, let's get back into the topic. What are the error bars of wonderism? Well, I would say that wonderism, the first step is skepticism, but it's not the destination. It's just a starting point. So when you say you have a skeptical philosophy, for me that means absolutely nothing. It means, well, it does mean something. It means that you doubt things, which is good, but it doesn't say anything about uh, what you believe or how you could possibly believe anything. Because, I mean, if you're going to ask what are the error bars of wonderism, you also have to ask what are the error bars of skepticism. And in my experience, having been a skeptic since probably the age of 9 or so, um, I find that the error bars of skepticism is that if you consistently and completely apply skepticism and that's all you do, you end up in what I would call epistemological nihilism, which is basically, how do I know anything? That's what it is, really. Um, for me, skepticism is really just the question why. Whenever you think of something that might be true, you say, well, why would that be true? How do I know that? And you just keep asking that question over and over and over again. And if that's all you have, if that's your one-trick pony, then you end up in nihilism. You end up in, I don't know anything. Because you can't know, you can't even trust your own knowledge process. So, so in fact, I would say that wonderism is in fact or mine, I would say, but I would say the, uh, the answer to that error of skepticism. The answer is, how can I know anything? And the answer to that question is that I do wonder, and so I seek answers. So wonderism requires, I would say that, built into the word wonder is the idea of a question. So I would say it's the first step of wonderism is absolutely to question, but that's only the first step, and you need to go on and say, well, how do I get to the answers? So to seek an answer. So to wonder is to first ask a question, but also to seek an answer. Um, and what else would I say to that? Possible errors of wonder is that you end up whatever pops in your head you think is the answer. Um, so how do you know that the ideas that you have, the intuitions that you have, are actually true or valid or whatever? And the answer to that is the next step, which is pragmatism, which is the way to determine what is true and what is not. And the way I've pretty much boiled down pragmatism is two basic ideas. One is use what works, and what works is what makes good predictions. And it's a pretty deep idea because a lot of people will see it as a kind of a superficial thing, but actually it's, everybody does it all the time, and nobody can avoid it. We're all pragmatists in practice, even if we don't acknowledge it in our philosophy. So that's for now.